but she won't let me. This is one of the most common mistakes that I see guys make when it comes to earning and maintaining the respect of their woman. When I have helped guys via phone coaching and when I've run surveys on the site, asking guys what sort of problems they're experiencing and their frustrations, this comes up time and time again, where a guy will talk about his woman not letting him do something, or she lets me do that but she doesn't let me do this. And that is always a big red flag for me, that the guy just doesn't know how to make his woman respect him. So here are a few examples to put it in perspective for you, and I'll tell you what the guy should be doing instead. Here's what a guy wrote in a survey response. We live together. If I come home and try on purpose not to talk much, she then says that I don't talk to her and she just watches TV. If I try to talk to her, she looks past my face to the TV and seems to just chew me out and not pay attention to what I'm saying. We just planned a date night. She was 2 hours late for starters, then after dinner she came home and started doing the housework. I said, it's date night, can't you do these things another time? She then says, we just don't see eye to eye, it's over. So this is a man who doesn't see himself as being in the dominant position in the relationship. He doesn't understand that being in the position of dominance is a choice. You can decide to be the dominant one or the submissive one. It's just a decision. You can decide, okay, I'm the man, and that's it. No matter what she says, how she behaves, how difficult she's being, at the end of the day, I'm the man. And there's no question about that. I'm the more dominant one. Or you can say, well, she's fairly bossy. She's, she likes to get her way. She gets pretty angry if I talk to her about sort of things. I'm, worried about losing her and things. So I better just suck up to her. Then you're in the submissive position. And that is not going to keep a relationship together. The woman's not going to respect you. She's not going to feel attracted to you. She's not going to be in love with you. And therefore, the relationship is going to fall apart. So with this guy, he has come home and he's not talking much on purpose to hopefully get her to talk to him. And then when he comes home and tries to talk to her, she's not even looking at him, and he doesn't even address it. He doesn't even say, hey, what are you looking right past me for? I'm talking to you, girl. What's going on? How you doing? And then maybe jump on her and tickle her, or, go and sit next to her and put his arm around her. He can say to her, I was talking to you a moment ago. You didn't hear me, do you? What's wrong with your ears? They're not working today. And then she'll start to smile. She'll start to laugh a bit, and he can tickle her, and he can get her into a happy mood. He's in the dominant position, right, where he's making her feel girly in comparison to him. Right, his masculine approach to her makes her feel feminine and girly. He's not turning around and saying, hey, I'm trying to talk to you and you're not even talking to me, in the submissive position. Or sitting next to her and saying, hey, we need to talk, and that sort of thing, and being a wimp about it. The other example is where they had a date night, and then they came home from the date night and she starts doing some housework, and he says, can't you do this another time? He's asking her whether she can do that another time. Really, what he should have said is, if she walked into the kitchen, for example, and she's doing dishes, like, hey, come here, take her hand, bring her into the lounge room and sit her down, say, hey, let's hang out, this is date night tonight, come here, and get her to hug into him, and start kissing her, start getting it on, if that's the sort of sexual relationship that they have, or just hug and be intimate, and then go upstairs later on and get it on. Rather than saying, well, it's date night tonight, can't you do that another time? He's being a total wimp. She's not going to respect him. The next example. My girlfriend is too private about her life. She won't invite me over to see her place or meet her family, and we've been dating for 4 months. I've spent thousands on her, and she got mad when I used my 401k to erase my credit card debt so we could have a clean slate. She is a control freak and doesn't trust me with money, even though I give her 90% of my paycheck every week. Help me, please. I'm confused. So in that situation, the guy's saying she's a control freak. No, she's not a control freak. He is allowing her to control him. He is allowing that to happen. He's not a dominant man that she can look up to and respect. The fact that she's taking 90% of his paycheck is pretty horrible, right? He is treating her a bit like a hooker there, paying to be with her, giving all his money to her and, please love me now, please respect me, please be nice to me, please be loyal to me, please show me that you care and please appreciate me. Well, he's not getting that. So what does a guy like that need to do? Right? Rather than saying, yes, here, have 90% of my paycheck, now do you trust me, now do you believe in me? He's just got to say, hey, I can control my own money, I can take care of my own situation. If you don't trust me, that's your issue. But I've got it under control, it's all fine. In terms of not meeting her parents, well, it's not really a big deal to go and meet her parents right away. Right? If the woman isn't in love and she doesn't respect the guy and she doesn't really feel attracted to him, you can't really blame her. By the sound of this guy, it may be possible that he's the sort of guy who, when he goes and meets her family, maybe he's not going to be very confident. Maybe she has some older brothers or she's got older sisters and they're going to pick on him and then she's going to feel embarrassed. And maybe that's one of the reasons why she doesn't want to introduce him to her family. This is one of the reasons why, without respect, a relationship is just a total mess. You've got to be in the dominant position, and being in the dominant position isn't about saying, hey girl, I'm in charge, you're my woman, sit, roll over. It's not about that sort of stuff. It's just about saying to yourself, okay, I'm the man, I'm leading the way. Whatever she says or does, whatever tantrum she throws, it doesn't actually matter. I'm the man, I'm emotionally strong, and I'm going to guide us to a better future over time. I'm going to guide us to a better relationship over time. Our love's going to deepen over time because I've got this. I've got this under control. It's all good. When you take that approach, a woman can then relax into your masculine direction. She doesn't have to be worrying and thinking, well, is he actually going to keep me safe? Is he going to take care of me? Is everything going to be fine? Will he be able to handle the challenges of life? She knows that you can handle the challenges of life because you're walking, talking, feeling, behaving, and acting like a man. You've got things under control. And by the way, when I say you've got things under control, I don't mean that you have to have everything under control and everything has to be working perfectly in your life. It means that no matter what happens, you're going to be able to work through it. You're going to be able to work it out. You're going to be able to keep moving forward and everything's going to be okay. The next example is from a guy who had gotten his ex back. Right now, my concern is that while we are having sex and getting along well, for some reason, she still refuses to kiss me or allow me to kiss her on the lips. I know this sounds minor, but it bothers me. It's a sign that she doesn't fully trust me and feel comfortable being completely intimate with me. I don't know whether to ask her about this or to just let things work out on their own. So the problem there is that the guy doesn't see himself as being in the dominant position. He doesn't realize that by not taking on the dominant position, she's not going to respect him. And without respect, she's not really going to be able to feel full attraction for him. And without respect and attraction, she's not going to be in love with him. She's not going to be feeling that love that she used to feel for him. So what does he need to do? Well, one of the things that he said there is that he wasn't sure whether he should bring it up with her. Yes, bring it up with her. Just directly talk at it. And he should also not make it out to be such a big deal. Right? He's making it into a big deal rather than turning it into something that they can laugh about. For example, if he moves in to kiss her and she turns away, he can then say, oh, all right, we're not ready for a kiss yet, are we? Okay. The big kiss. Oh, all right. That's really scary now, isn't it, to have the kiss? Something along those sort of lines. Or he moves in to have a kiss and she turns away and he just says, come here. And then he moves in and gives her a kiss on the lips. He just takes on that role as being the dominant, loving man. And I say loving, right, because it's not about being a dominant arsehole type of man. It's like, hey, come here, give me your face. Start kissing her like that. Being a dominant, loving man, right? Make sure that you maintain your loving approach to her, because if you're just being really dominant and you turn into a bit of an arsehole, then she's not going to respect you, right? You're still going to be the good guy that you are. In terms of him saying, it's a sign that she doesn't fully trust me yet and doesn't want to be intimate with me, it's just a case of him overthinking things and taking it way too seriously. He just needs to be like, whatever, she doesn't kiss me yet, whatever, okay, we'll get to that. Rather than thinking, oh no, she hasn't kissed me on the lips yet, we've had sex, but we're not kissing on the lips, therefore, okay, we've got a huge problem here. No, you're having sex, don't make a big deal out of it. Just get to the kiss and get on with having a happy relationship rather than sitting around and, thinking about it too much and becoming insecure and worried and then, moving in for the kiss and seeing her turn away and thinking, oh shit, we're still not on track yet. We're in trouble here. She's probably going to break up with me. Don't see it as a big deal, right? Most of the things that happen in a relationship really aren't that big of a deal. And the same with life. There are some very serious things that happen in life and very serious things that happen in a relationship. But for the most part, you can really laugh at most of the things that you encounter. You don't have to take it so seriously.